This is Jack Kirkland. He is the tax lead managing director for CBiz in Tampa, Florida. For the first question, why did you decide to start your own business?
Well, I worked for an international accounting firm in Tampa for 10 years, and I learned a lot there about the business, the profession of public accounting, and I developed a number of very loyal clients, and it got to the point where the firm became much larger than some of those clients' needs, and I was looking for an opportunity to start my own business. I was a senior manager at the time, and I really wanted to kind of direct my own path. So we started our own accounting firm, and many of our clients came with us initially, and that was a big shot in the arm in terms of client base immediately. So we really realized our dream then of being able to control our own business and run it the way we liked. We used the things that worked well in the big firm, and I tried to eliminate a lot of the things that were not productive or efficient.
What were the first steps you took when you first decided to start your own business?
Well, initially, my future partner and I, we both worked for the same big firm. That was KPMG. We visited and looked at other businesses. We looked at franchise burger distribution chains. We looked at other financial businesses. We traveled around and met with other entrepreneurs, but we ultimately decided that staying in the same industry we were in, but really controlling it ourselves and controlling the client service model ourselves would be the best avenue for us.
How much time, money, and planning did it take before opening?
Well, in our case, luckily it didn't take a lot of money because the primary capital for public accounting firms is people. And so we probably spent 6 months planning what we were going to do before we decided to take the bold step of, turning in our notice with the firm and starting our own firm. But in terms of capital, it really was not a significant amount of money. We initially had about 4 employees, and they were very excited to be kind of on the ground floor of, starting a new business. But it did not take a large capital outlay to start our business.
How and where do you advertise?
Well, today, this is now 25 years later. We have 150 people. We're part of a larger firm now. We sold our firm in 2010 to a national firm, and we advertise. Our primary business source is through word of mouth, referrals from existing clients or referral sources in the community. We advertise in the Tampa Bay Business Journal, which is the leading business publication in the Tampa Bay area, and that is viewed daily or regularly, I guess I'd say weekly, by the business community. So we do a lot of print advertising and a lot of word-of-mouth referral. We also host a number of technical dinners, breakfasts, lunches, jointly with other professional firms like attorneys and investment advisors, and we hold some of those on our own for clients and prospects.
How did you choose to be in a partnership as opposed to other business structures?
Our firm was an S corporation, and it really, the success of a startup business is really dependent on the ability of the partners to each bring, their own skills and their own resources to the table, and to be able to work together and everybody pull their own load. And I was blessed with 4 other partners initially as we ramped up the business, that we all were even partners, equal partners, I should say, and we've all worked together for over 20 years. And so they were initially friends. We all came from the same firm. We have very similar values and goals. And even though we approach problems differently, we all have the same goal of working together in harmony and building our practice. So that really has been the key, is that we had really good partners. We all, everybody pulled their load.
What are the licensing requirements for your business?
Well, we all have to be licensed with the AICPA. We're all CPAs. You have to pass the CPA exam initially. You have to be a CPA to, in our firm, to sign audit reports or attest reports, to sign tax returns. So you have to pass the CPA exam, and you have to be a member of the AICPA. You have to be registered with the Florida Department of Business Regulation. So those are the kind of administrative requirements to be licensed in the state of Florida to practice as a CPA.
How do you handle internal and external theft?
Sorry, say the question again.
How do you handle internal and external theft?
Well, we haven't had any internal theft. We do, as part of our attest practice, obviously when we are doing attest work, audit or review work, we evaluate the system of internal controls our clients have, and then determine based on that evaluation how much test work we need to do to basically sign off and certify their financial statements. An audit or a review is not a guarantee that you will prevent or detect fraud, but we do with clients. We don't handle large amounts of cash in our business, nor do we handle inventory. So we don't really have theft. The theft that occurs in our types of businesses sometimes is through misappropriation of client funds, where people may be billing under a separate system or a separate letterhead. We have some checks and balances to ensure that doesn't happen. The managers and the folks running the business and dealing with clients directly don't handle incoming checks and cash.
What would you say is the most important quality when hiring an employee?
Important quality of the employee is really a drive to succeed. I mean, the folks that you screen in school, coming out of school rather, their GPA and their accomplishments in school give you a good indication of how hard a worker they are, or how smart they are inherently. But we want to know what is that person's drive, to achieve a higher level of responsibility, to take initiative, to not just come in and want to do the job and punch a clock. We're looking for leaders at an early age. So and especially in the accounting industry, you can have a lot of smart people that might not necessarily have the people skills that are required to associate with prospects and turn them into clients, and then gain their trust and become their friend and be a valued business advisor. So we look for those skills, social skills, very early in their careers.
How many different positions are available to apply for?
Like most full-service firms, we have an attest practice, and that involves auditing. That would be doing review or audit work. We have a transaction advisory practice that involves merger and acquisition work and due diligence. We have a tax and estate planning group, which is the group I lead. That's really more focused and specializing in income and estate tax planning. And then, of course, we have a large administrative staff. So depending on the goals of the young person, there are a number of different paths in public accounting that one can pursue.
What's the best advice you can give to future entrepreneurs?
Well, I think you first have to learn the business that you're in. You need to learn the language of business. That's why I think accounting is invaluable as a career or as a vocation, as a major. You have to learn how business works. You have to learn the pros and cons of evaluating a business opportunity. You really need that through going to work for a public accounting firm initially is a good start, or going to work in private industry and really working your way up through the ranks and learning how businesses work and how they operate, what risks are there, what financial hurdles might exist. And then it may take 3, 4, 5 years, could take longer. I was in my initial job for 10 years, but it takes some time to get seasoned and understand what's involved in becoming your own boss and becoming an entrepreneur. So it's really a learning, being a sponge, absorbing everything around you, having a desire to learn, asking questions, not being passive, being willing to work extra hours, being willing to put in the whatever effort it takes to succeed, and then you will know when you're ready to start your own business.
Okay, that's all the questions I have. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.